Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Bellevue, Manchester, exclusively on the National Basketball League YouTube channel. Welcome, everyone. I'm John Hobbs alongside Darren. This is the final game of day one, and it is Liverpool against Westminster Warriors in the Division 2 playoff final. Already today we have seen London Lewisham Thunder defeat the Bristol Hurricanes to win the Division 4 final. London Medalinas winning the Division 3 playoff final. And Nottingham Trent University winning the Division 2 women's playoff final over the Derby Trailblazers. So Darren, this is the big one, the Division 2 playoff final. The top two teams in Division 2, Liverpool, of course, champions, undefeated this season against Westminster Warriors. The only team to actually beat Liverpool, that was in the Patrons Cup. So what are the strategy for the two teams, just quickly?
Oh boy, it's going to be a cracking game of basketball, that is for sure. Manning is going to be one of the main men for the Westminster Warriors today, and if Liverpool want success, they've got to stop him. They didn't stop him successfully in the Patrons Cup. He went on to have a big performance that night, 30 points he put on Liverpool, so he's going to have to really bring his best game, and Liverpool are going to have to bring their best game to beat him. But that said, Hitchman is some player. He's put on buckets on buckets on buckets on this Westminster Warriors club. So it's going to be the battle of those two for me.
Starting fives for Liverpool: Jack Hudson, David Alt, the Division 2 Player of the Year, Kafel Wall, Uche Amukwe and Mark Rangeley, the starting five. And Westminster actually did not give us a starting five. They wanted to wait until the last minute to give us a starting five, so we're going to wait until they come onto the floor. So a good, almost like mind game straight away there. They didn't give anyone a starting five. So we will wait and see who their starting five is going to be. I'm going to assume that Juan Manning and Justin Hitchman and John Robinson will be amongst them.
I think you're right. Jonathan Lashley there as well, ready to come on.
Jonathan Lashley will be another of the starting five. Juan Manning, of course, the Patriots Cup MVP back in February, leading Westminster to a convincing win over Ipswich. Our crew chief today, Hodge Fuzzy. And umpires David Griffin and Christopher Chapman. There are three officials tonight. So John Johnson, Juan Manning, Jonathan Lashley, Justin Hitchman. And Florian Damptey complete the starting five for Liverpool. For Westminster even, sorry. Liverpool in a traditional Liverpudlian colour of red. Apologies to any Everton fans that might be watching. And Westminster in green. Both teams promoted to Division 1 next season, so whoever is watching out of the Solent Kestrels and the Worthing Thunder that are competing in tomorrow's Division 1 playoff final are getting a glance at the two newly promoted teams into Division 1 next year. David Oomph, the Division 2 Player of the Year, jumping it out with Jonathan Lashley. And the final game of day one is underway, and straight away Justin Hitchman gets the ball and is fouled going to the hoop. He's going to go to the line for two shots. A positive start from Justin Hitchman. In the Division 2 Team of the Year, averaging 21 points a game. Darren, a big offensive player for the Westminster Warriors.
Absolutely, he's going to be a threat, and Liverpool need to not do exactly what they've just done. Fall into his trap. He plays physical. He played that physically, and it got the reaction. Foul, he's at the line, and already 4 seconds in, Fouls on the board.
Justin Hitchman makes them both. Of course, Liverpool, an undefeated league season, but they did taste defeat in the Patrons Cup to Westminster, the only team to beat them. And straight away, another turnover. John Johnson gets the ball. And brilliantly recovered by Wall, who keeps it in. Here's Rangeley going all the way, and he lays it up and in.
It's good play, take it coast to coast. I think this might be a high-intensity game.
Juan Manning inside to Hitchman. Hitchman muscles his way inside and banks it home under pressure. Jack Hudson. There is a smattering of Westminster fans here today as Rangeley puts up a three and knocks it down.
Had a hand in his face from Dapty, but he was unfazed.
Juan Manning finds Hitchman inside. They're going to Hitchman quite a lot. Dapty puts up a three, no good. Rebound though from Jonathan Lashley, and his two is long. Wall comes up with the loose ball, and here comes Jack Hudson for Liverpool. Hudson inside, no good with his layup under extreme pressure.
He's a real star in this team, Jack Hudson.
Jonathan Lashley, Westminster going inside quite a lot. Lashley inside goes and scores. And Westminster take a 6-5 lead in the first 2 minutes, and just a slight issue with the shot clock. In the final game of day one, and it has been, Darren, an absolutely fantastic day, a celebration of all that's good about Basketball England as we bring to a close another fantastic season of Basketball England hoops with the National Basketball League.
Wonderful games, wonderful day, great atmosphere. All the games been played hard, but for the most part very fair. Great advert for our sport. Long may this continue.
And we've got 2 more games to come, but that will be tomorrow. Right now, our focus is on the final game of day one, and Westminster take a 6-5 lead, 7:48 left in this first quarter. Wolves thought about the three, instead goes inside, floats one up, no good. Oomph with the rebound, no good, and on the follow was Uche Amukwe. Hitchman looking to answer back, Johnson inside, and he banks it home. Rangeley bringing it over the timeline. Here is Wall. Nice pass inside, wow. And the throw down from David Oomph. Justin Hitchman for three, and he knocks it down. Justin Hitchman really starting with a purpose. He has 7 points. Rangeley puts up a three, no good. And John Johnson with the rebound. Juan Manning with the ball. Juan Manning with the floater, and foul on the floor.
Only the second foul in the ball game.
That's on Jack Hudson.
Yeah, a clean start to this game. We had a foul after 4 seconds and nothing until now.
Both teams really pushing the tempo early and looking to go inside quite a lot. John Johnson stripped by Jack Hudson. And there's a scramble inside, and possession arrow will go the way of Liverpool. Amukwe holding on and never giving it up.
And here we go, ladies and gents, not all heroes wear capes.
And we do have floor wipers around, but our PR and communications manager Ian Cawthorne decides to get in there and get that floor clean as play restarts. Here's Hudson. Rangeley, another three, and he knocks it down, makes no mistake this time. Mark Rangeley, a former Manchester Giants player, puts in a three. Jonathan Lashley's turnaround jumper gets nothing. And there's a scrap underneath it, and here come Liverpool. Here's Wall inside, and David Alph couldn't pick it up. Good transition play, but just a bit heavy on the pass.
Yeah, a little bit too much on that. Expecting a bit too much of his teammate there. But it's good to see that the intent is there. They want to break out in transition. They want to get points on the board early. They're leading. And only by one.
Juan Manning finds room and banks it home. Beautifully done from Juan Manning. Patrons Cup MVP. Had a game-high 26 points in their semi-final win over London United. Did Manning. And he gets off the board here. Big three from Wall is no good. Manning comes up with it. They're going to go to Westminster number 6 a lot, Juan Manning. Jack Hudson, though, strips it off him. Finds Oomph inside. Little stutter step, no good with his hook. And here come the Warriors once more. Manning was looking for Johnson, but decides against it. Johnson now gets it at the elbow, is long. And Oomph gets the rebound, but is fouled. Positive start from both teams. Liverpool trail 13-12 halfway through this first quarter.
Yeah, like you said, both teams trying to push the tempo, trying to get as many points on the board as possible. And get it done in a hurry. And again, it's an obvious thing to say, but because these games are so tight between these two, you want to try and get an advantage where you can and get it early.
Jack Hudson, pass deflected, Oomph passes it over to Hudson. Hudson, three is blocked by Manning. Westminster look to push in transition. Johnson has to kick it out. Hitchman puts up a three, knocks it down. Justin Hitchman with his second three of this game. Wall kicks it out to Hudson. Passing around the perimeter, here's Rangeley. Tough shot. And it's no good, and the rebound, Juan Manning comes up with it. Phil Latte here is Hitchman, another three. Big three for Justin Hitchman. That's three triples for the Westminster number 12, and Del Merriman has seen enough. He wants a timeout. Justin Hitchman, Darren, hot from downtown to start.
Yes, absolutely fantastic shooting from distance, and that's been the difference so far. He's been able to get hot, and they're feeding him the hot hand. We've seen it all day. Get a player hot, feed them, get points on the board. Try and get that gap and build it. Because if you get a gap early, first quarter, second quarter, and you can game manage the rest of the way. And that is a key to victory.
So far, Westminster 4 of 5 from downtown. They really have had their way.
It's something they're very comfortable with, and they're going to keep going to it. Whilst it's working, don't change it. Instead, Liverpool as well, with Rangeley. He's put up a few himself.
And we've seen a number of former players and current players here in Manchester today. Jason Swain, a recently retired basketball legend, of course, with the Manchester Giants. Back in the late 90s, he's finished his career with the Bradford Dragons in Division 1. And Stephen Gale, a former Worthing Thunder and Lancashire Spinners player, is also in attendance for this one. And as play restarts, Westminster lead 19 points to 12 with just under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. really what has been a first quarter that's just flown by so far. Oomph. And a travel has been called on Omukwe as he picked up his dribble and moved his feet while doing it.
It's interesting to me that Herriman has kept with the same 5 on the floor. That started the game, even with that timeout.
Delm Herriman has a lot of depth at his disposal, a lot of players that can come on and do a good job for his side, as they've done all season. Adamitis for 3 is no good. Adamitis into the game for the first time. And the ball deflected off Manning and back off Wall, and it will be a Westminster possession. Bit of good luck there for the Warriors.
Yeah, that was looking dangerous. He was out alone if he gets that ball. And that's what you need to win these games. You need luck.
John Johnson finds some room inside. Off the glass, puts it in, and the foul.
The jump stop is just so powerful. Sends other players up, and you get the rewards. Brilliant.
John Johnson, player coach of the Westminster Warriors, really a loyal servant to the Westminster Warriors and indeed to the National Basketball League. He'll be back in Division 1 next season, and Westminster now with a 9-point lead and a chance to make it a 10-point game.
The start you're expecting, John?
I mean, I was expecting it to be competitive, and I still expect it to be competitive as this game goes on. Here is Rangeley. Finds Wall. Rangeley thought about the 3, instead kicks it out to Hudson. Hudson with a pull-up jumper is good. Jack Hudson with his first 2 points of the game. Hitchman inside to Adamitis. Johnson puts up a 3, no good. And a foul, I think that'll be on Philip Latte. Or it'll be on Florin Damptey, sorry, my apologies. And Philip Latte now will come into the game for the first time, number 11 for the Westminster Warriors. Apologies, I actually got a name mixed up there. As Westminster look to press. And Reese Haggith into the game, and he's on the ball right now. Jack Hudson steps up, pulls up a 3 and knocks it down.
He was given the space, and he's not going to pass up an opportunity like that in a hurry.
Manning finds Hitchman, turnaround jumper is no good. Hudson collects the rebound, and Philip Latte stripped it off Hudson, but was out of bounds when he did it. Mark Rangeley will take a seat, and time regent Bascombe comes into the game for the first time for Liverpool. Here is Bascombe on the ball.
He's a handy contributor to this club. 10 points per game average this season. He could be very important.
Pass was deflected, and it will go out of bounds. Gunai is into the game. He was the man on the ball, number 11. And Guy Rundle comes into the game, replacing Justin Hitchman. And the ball goes back out of bounds. It will stay a Liverpool ball. Hudson finds a bit of daylight with the shot clock winding down. Big rebound there from Gunai, and he's going to go to the line for 2. Gunai using his strength and athleticism to get that loose ball, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
I think it was a bit of a mismatch down low, and that's what caused that foul.
Westminster Warriors up 22-17. with 1:44 remaining in this Division 2 men's final in the first quarter. If you've just joined us on YouTube, welcome everybody. There is Guy Rundle on the ball and stolen there. Here is Jack Hudson, and a foul has been called on John Johnson. Referee David Griffin in a good position to call that foul. Oomph inside, hasn't seen much of the ball so far. Reese Haggith is fouled by Juan Manning.
This got scruffy really quickly for Westminster.
And that's put Westminster in the penalty. They're now in the penalty. Reese Haggith will go to the line. That's Juan Manning's first foul, and we talk about how it can be, how Westminster have been scrappy, and they have 5 players separately on 1 foul, so no real foul trouble at the moment. No. But Liverpool, with the slight advantage, they can, for the 1 minute and 25 remaining, can take advantage of this.
And we've seen that lead erode in that time as well.
It'll stay a Westminster ball as Philip Latte was caught in a trap there as he picked up his dribble. Adamitis, nice pass to Rundle, who banks it home. Beautiful pass from Mantas Adamitis. And that's Guy Rundle's first points of the game. And Reese Haggith will go back to the line for 2 shots.
Rundle taking a big swipe at the ball there. Not really necessary, certainly this early in the contest.
Well, that's Rundle's first foul of the evening. David Orff will take a seat. And Mark Rangeley comes back into the game. Reese Haggith hits the first free throw. 1:02 remaining in our final game of day 1. And of course, tomorrow we have Anglia Ruskin University against the Reading Rockets. And then the Division 1 final between the Solent Kestrels and the Worthing Thunder.
2 great games, 4 great teams. They're going to be close contests tomorrow.
John Johnson from the elbow puts it in. And Westminster's lead goes to 6. Here is Hudson. Hudson drives inside off the glass, no good. On the follow. Well played on the follow from Agunai.
That's good hustle.
John Johnson finds room, kicks it out to Mantas Adamitis, and his 3 is no good. Liverpool now with the final possession will look to make this a 1-possession game heading into the second quarter. Rangeley finds some room, lays it up, largely blocked. And Agunai couldn't find the hoop there at the buzzer, and that brings to an end the first quarter.
I think we might have foul throws here. Yeah, we will, after the buzzer.
There's still more to go, and there's actually number 11.
Kenny Agunai was adjudged to have been fouled, so he's going to go to the line for 2 shots with no time on the clock. So this will be the final possession of the first quarter, and Liverpool now with a chance to make it a 1-possession game, which Agunai duly makes it. It's now a 3-point game. And he rattles in the second, and that ends the first quarter of what has been a pretty evenly fought first 10 minutes, but the Westminster Warriors lead 26-24, and on the whole, it's kind of fitting that the top 2 teams have made it like this, and it's a close game after the first 10 minutes.
It's what we all want to see, a good close contest between the two best teams in the division. So, dream scenario for all of us here today. On that last play, I don't like that play by Adamitis. Instead of trying to gather in the rebound, he swats it away. If you can ever try and get two hands to it rather than just the one, then you're going to prevent situations where you're putting your team in danger like that.
So Justin Hitchman with 13 points for the Westminster Warriors, and Mark Rangeley has 8 points to lead Liverpool.
The two league fixtures between these two sides, it was Hitchman leading scorer on both those occasions.
Adam Lovelock into the game for the first time, inbounds the ball for the Westminster Warriors. Adamitis battling on Rangeley, and that is a foul, I think that's on Reese Haggith. It is on Reese Haggith, that's his first. And Mantas Adamitis goes to the line for 2 shots. John Johnson takes a seat. Adam Lovelock comes in for him. Adam Lovelock, who played very well in spurts in the Patrons Cup final back in February. Westminster number 15. Here is Wool for Liverpool. Rangeley, big 3 from Rangeley, no good. And Bascombe couldn't hold on to it. It'll stay or go to the Westminster Warriors.
Westminster did well there. It took them a bit of time to get into their defensive set, but once they did, they dealt with the threat from Liverpool quite well.
Hitchman inside. Adamitis back to Lovelock. Lovelock drives to the hoop, and his layup is good. Nice play from Adam Lovelock, and he's off the board.
It's beautiful basketball.
Of course, Adam Lovelock very closely working with Midnight Madness back in the day with Namo Shiri. Now playing for the Westminster Warriors. Inside! And the foul. Kennedy Agunai with the score. Now Agunai with a chance for a 3-point play. And Liverpool can narrow this lead back down to 2 points as Mantas Adamitis comes out and Jonathan Lashley comes back in.
It's got to be a great position to be in, to be able to interchange those two players, both very strong in their position. And Lashley brings that little bit more length.
Well, I know for you, you've been looking forward to actually watching Jonathan Lashley play here today.
For sure. He's a really classy player. A good pedigree already in his young career. And it's good to see him having a bit of a leading role on the club.
Larte thought about driving to the hoop, instead decides to slow it down. Here's Hitchman, Lovelock driving to the hoop, and his pass finds no one. Thought that Jonathan Lashley might have been a bit closer than he was, but he wasn't, and it will be a Liverpool ball.
These things happen, breakdowns occur, but it's good intent. If you keep pushing yourself, keep putting yourself in those positions, it's going to pay off for you.
Mark Rangeley now on the ball, puts up a 3, and it just about rolls in for Mark Rangeley, who created the space by putting the ball round the back, and his 3 went and goes.
I don't quite understand that defence from the Westminster there.
Big 3, and that's no good from Florian Damptey, and here come Liverpool again with Wool. Wall looking to create space on his own. Reverse layup is no good. Wild layup attempt from Wall, and here comes Adam Lovelock. And Dempsey puts it up and no good. Good defense from Jack Hudson there, putting his body on the line. Mark Rangeley now going strong. Off the glass is good, and it counts.
John Johnson's just called a timeout, rightly so.
And Liverpool now all of a sudden have a 3-point lead, as John Johnson, as Darren Paul says, just calls a timeout, and we'll be right back.
Trailblazers leading us all to this, our fourth match on day number 1 of the NBL Finals weekend.
7:35 remaining in the second quarter here at the National Basketball Performance Centre in Bellevue, Manchester. I'm John Hobbs alongside Darren Paul. Thank you for joining us on the National Basketball League YouTube channel. Of course, if you want to get involved on social media, the hashtag is NBL Finals. Liverpool lead 32-29 after trailing for the majority of this game.
Liverpool are playing smart right now. They are really up the tempo in that last little stretch. And if I'm the Westminster bench, I will be furious that I allowed myself to get dragged along into Liverpool's game. Just slow it down, Westminster.
Mark Rangeley completes the three-point play. And now a little press here from Liverpool, which is broken quite comfortably. Latte looking for options, finds it in Lovelock. Here is Hitchman, and his attempt is no good. It's a wild attempt, but Lashley comes up with it. And a shot clock violation. Good defense there from Liverpool.
The bench needs to be telling him how long he's got on the shot clock there. Lashley is more than big enough, more than capable enough to putting up a shot there if he's more aware of the situation. And when you're in the heat of it, that's fine. But the bench, they can see.
Liverpool with a 9-3 start to this second quarter. They are in the lead after trailing for the majority of that first quarter. They finished quite strong to narrow the gap to 2, and now they are in the lead. Jack Hudson inside, banks it home. Lovelock now on the ball. Good defense there from Wall, and Lovelock just about gets it to a teammate. Here is Latte. Latte going strong to the hoop, but doesn't even hit the backboard, doesn't even hit the rim with his attempt. Here come Liverpool on a fast break. Inside, loop for the throwdown.
Westminster trying to push the tempo again. I don't know if this is their best option right now, Lashley.
Lashley with the ball, and his 2 is no good. Here comes Hudson for Liverpool. Everything going Liverpool's way right now. Inside, Wall for 3, no good. Long rebound collected. Here is Hitchman, and Hitchman is fouled. Liverpool, though, firmly in control. They have the momentum right now, and they have an 8-point lead as well, and a strong start to this second quarter, Darren.
It's fantastic the way they've started this second quarter. They've really pushed the tempo, and it's really made Westminster uncomfortable. Westminster are trying to keep pace with them. And you see it with the sprint up the floor. I don't understand why Jonathan Lashley is picking up Rangeley at the opposite break and taking him the way up the floor. There's no switching. They need to simmer down, get your defensive sets, and just play some fundamental good basketball for a few minutes to get a handle on this game.
John Johnson back into the game, and he is on the ball. Drives inside, rattles home.
That's what we need. That's what you need. But now you need to get back on D and reset quickly.
Bascombe off the catch and shoot, no good. And the rebound by Dempsey. And Dempsey's pass deflected straight to a Liverpool player. Mark Rangeley picks it up. And as you say, picks him up again at the top of the court there, as Rangeley now picks up his dribble, finds Hudson.
He's an excellent player, Rangeley, but he's not about to pull up from half court.
Hudson, no good. Wall, though, with the offensive rebound. Inside to Ulf. Ulf looking for options. Finds it in Wall. Wall drives at Lovelock. Wall puts it up, but will go to the line for two. Strong play from Gaffel Hewlett-Rule, who go to the line for two.
Yeah, brave play. You can just, he's very muscular play, very strong. He's going to be very direct in this game, and it's great to see. But Westminster, as Lovelock, he's just done the calm down motion, is absolutely correct. Again, they're still frantic. Their brains are going too quickly right now. Calm down, fellas. There's 25 minutes left. Plenty of time.
Liverpool right now playing very patient offense and in transition have been deadly as Wall puts in both free throws. And Liverpool lead 39-31 with 5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Lovelock, and Lovelock travels. And even though Lovelock did, as you pointed out, told everyone to calm down, a very rushed offense led there by Lovelock.
Yeah. It's one thing to say the right thing, it's another to be able to do it in yourself. And unless this is coming from the coaches to play hurry up, which, look at the way the game's going, gentlemen. It's not going that way right now. Later, maybe. Right now, it is absolutely not. Again, full court press. Jonathan Lashley, why are you picking somebody up all the way up the floor?
That's now the third time that's happened. Mark Rangeley inside. Ulf puts it in, the jump hook from David Ulf, and the Division 2 MVP.
And don't get me wrong, Jonathan Lashley is a fine defender, but not a full court defender, not by a long shot.
Lashley putting the moves on Rangeley, and he puts it in. Rangeley drives inside, and a whistle has gone. And the foul is on Jonathan Lashley. That's his second foul. Juan Manning comes into the game. Adam Lovelock takes a seat. And Mark Rangeley to the line for two. Misses the first.
It thought about it, didn't it?
There's no National Basketball Performance Centre roll. That doesn't really go well anyway. Rangeley splits the free throws. And Liverpool's lead is now 9 points. And another steal. Here comes Wall. Thought about the three, instead goes inside and lays it up and in.
Wow. He just climbed over a mountain. That is John Johnson and put it in. That is brilliant basketball.
And that's Liverpool's biggest, this is Liverpool's biggest lead of the game, 11 points. Juan Manning, and an offensive foul has been called. And that'll be on Justin Hitchman, that's his second foul.
Biggest lead in the game for either side, 11 points.
3:45 remaining in this second quarter, the final game of day one. What a marathon and what a brilliant feast of basketball we have had. Division 4, Division 3 and Division 2 women have all been settled, and the season is now done in those divisions. Now Division 2 will be settled here as the shot clock is winding down. Jack Hudson lost the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Westminster ball. London Lewisham Thunder winning the Division 4 playoff title. London Medalinas winning the Division 3 men's title, and then the Division 2 women's title just now going to Nottingham Trent University. Can the Westminster Warriors make it a hat-trick of London teams winning here today? They're trailing at the moment. Lashley inside, John Johnson from the elbow, no good. Good defense though from Liverpool. And here comes Rangeley, misses the handle again in transition. Just a little bit too quick for the receiving players.
Yeah, just a little bit rushed there from Liverpool. But that's all right now, 11-point lead. They've been doing such a great job this quarter. It's really, well, and the end of the first quarter.
Jonathan Lashley's jump hook is no good. It will be a Liverpool ball.
And again, Westminster, they're going sort of a full court.
Led by Jonathan Lashley again.
It doesn't make any sense.
Wall to Oomph. Oomph with a nice pass to Jack Hudson. And Liverpool's lead now up to 13 points. Juan Manning to Johnson. Hitchman puts up a long three, banks it home.
So that first pass from Manning out to Johnson, great, absolutely great.
Wall from deep, no good. His body's on the floor, and now Westminster can break. Here is Manning. They slow it down. John Johnson now goes up, no good. Have to wonder why Juan Manning decided to slow it down. Rangeley banks it home.
They're not thinking right now. That's the only thing, they're not thinking.
Nice pass from Johnson to Hitchman. Good defense, but Lashley there on the follow.
Strong play under the basket, and that gets results. Justin Hitchman showing off that strength.
Westminster fans now making a bit of noise, as well as their bench as well, as Bascoon puts in a long two. Time Regent Bascoon from deep as we enter the final minute of this second quarter in what has been a dominant one for Liverpool. Lashley, nice move inside, and Jonathan Lashley scores.
That's good play, but Westminster slow to get back, and they're going to be punished.
Blocked though by Manning on Wall.
I spoke too soon.
And it is a Westminster possession, but you are right, Westminster very slow to get into a defensive set. They need to get into their defensive set quicker. And
that's been a bit of a characteristic the last few minutes. Like, they're looking a little bit tired, a little bit leggy, and if there's a player on the ground, forget about it.
And Juan Manning, though, getting them out of jail with that block on Wall.
Excellent play. Roy Paul in the game for the first time.
Roy Paul, the number 44 for Liverpool. Here is Manning. Haven't seen much of him so far. Hitchman puts up a three on Oomph, no good. There's a battle inside, and here is Lashley. He was going for the dunk. You could see that in his face. He's going to go to the line for two. Smart foul.
He's looking so much stronger than I've seen him in the past, Jonathan Lashley. It looks like he's really put in work in the weight room, and it's really helping his game today. Speaking about Manning, we saw in the first half, first quarter, number of times, Manning to Hitchman, basket. Manning to Hitchman, basket on this left side with a bit of penetration and a cut. We've not seen that at all this second quarter, and I don't understand why.
That's Reece Haggerty's second foul, as Liverpool will hold for the final possession of this half, surely. Bascoon, here is Wall as the shot clock and the game clock, winds down. Haggith, got to think about it. Wall for three, no good. and Roy Paul didn't get a shot up in time, and that ends the first half. And Westminster, despite edging ahead in the first quarter, lost their way a bit in the second, but have finished at least in single digits. They trail Liverpool 50-41. Would you be happy with Coach John Johnson and his side as they end the half there, Darren?
No, I would not. Some really, really poor defensive decisions, slow getting back. And look, I'm being critical because they're better than this. They are much better than what we've just seen. John Johnson on the bench now, just thinking it over before he goes and speaks to his players. But take nothing away from Liverpool. They have put in such a remarkable performance this first half. 50 points, 41, that's amazing. But I've been thinking about why are Westminster so at 6 and 7s defensively. And to be fair, I think that's a large part. There's so much motion. You saw it in that last 2 possessions from Liverpool. They're all over the place, and it's going to be really tough to live with. Get yourself in a set. What I would be thinking about, come out in a zone second half, change it up, throw something aside that they've not seen before, okay? Whenever my teams, or whenever a team is struggling, I want to see something different. Show me something different, offensively, defensively, and hopefully, maybe, that'll turn things around for your situation. But What a game of basketball we're seeing here right now.
Well, Liverpool shooting 46% from the field. Westminster, amazingly, actually shooting just below 46 from the field, so the shooting percentages are quite close. But as it stands, Liverpool with a 9-point lead at the half, 50-41, and we will be back in 5 minutes' time. And welcome back to the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Bellevue, Manchester. It is Basketball England playoff finals day, or National Basketball League finals day. And it is the Division 2 men's final between Liverpool and Westminster. Liverpool lead 50-41, and any stats that jump out at you, Darren, as we nearly commence the third quarter here.
Liverpool getting crushing it on the boards, 26 rebounds to 18, 9 and 17, the split of offensive and defensive. And I think that's a really big difference between the two sides right now. It's on the glass, and I think partly is you've got people like Jonathan Lashley getting dragged outside, picking up Rangeley, and that's allowing Liverpool more success inside. Another one, just very quickly, I'm trying to find where the points have come from. Just 2 field goals in it and 5 free throws in this ball game. That is Liverpool having 5 more made free throws than the Westminster Warriors.
And if you're Westminster, what would be the message coming into this third quarter? What would, to bring them back into this, what would they have to do?
They've got to go back to what worked early. They've got to try and get Justin Hitchman back in the contest in a really meaningful way. He's got 16 points already. He's having a great game. But just simplify it. Play simple basketball and throw something new at Liverpool. Go, put them in a zone, try something different.
Of course, Juan Manning, who's been so influential throughout the season, only has 2 points. He's played 14 minutes here today, and the third quarter is underway. Liverpool in red, Westminster in green. Jack Hudson fouled by Justin Hitchman.
You say that about Manning, but he's also got a game-high 3 assists.
Juan Manning has no assists.
No, sorry, no. That's Florian Damptey.
Yeah, you're looking at Florian Damptey.
I apologise there, everybody there.
Anything can happen when you're doing this live. Jack Hudson to the line for 2 shots, and he's short on the first one. And Hudson splits his free throws. Here is Manning on the ball. Was in the Division 2 Team of the Year this season. And he's back on the ball now. And Manning puts up a 3, no good. And David Ulf comes up with the rebound. Here comes Rangeley. sense that Rangeley was thinking about the three, instead puts it inside to Oomph. Here's Rangeley. Hudson. Jack Hudson driving inside. Oomph off the glass, no good. And Justin Hitchman picks up the loose ball. Here comes Manning. It's 1-on-4 at the moment. He has to slow it down, and he does. Hitchman for three, no good. Hitchman going cold from downtown after a hot start. Mark Rangeley, Oomph, just about gets it from Juan Manning.
Manning wasn't too sure what was going on there, did he?
And Manning fouls Oomph inside.
One change I'd make for the Westminster Warriors, I would swap the defensive assignments of Johnson and Lashley.
Of course, Jonathan Lashley on Mark Rangeley, who likes to play around the perimeter. Oomph inside. Lashley is on him, and Oomph makes no mistake inside.
Maybe not.
Juan Manning. Warriors very comfortable passing it around the perimeter. They just need to get it inside, and there it is.
There we go.
And Florian Damptey scores. Jack Hudson driving inside, kicks it out, and off the glass is good for Anukwe. Justin Hitchman driving inside, offensive foul. Put his body a bit too much into Anukwe, and
that's good basketball by Anukwe.
Good defense from Anukwe, knowing exactly what his player was doing, and Justin Hitchman. That's 3 fouls now on Justin Hitchman. Has to be careful not to pick up the 4th in this third quarter especially. Here is Wall for Liverpool. Liverpool lead 55-43 with 7:42 remaining in this third quarter. Rangeley from deep, no good. Juan Manning. Manning dancing his way inside. Oomph picks up the loose ball but bats it out of bounds. Good defense though from Liverpool to deflect the pass and make life difficult inside for Westminster.
Yeah, absolutely. A big concern.
Blocked by Oomph on Lashley, and Liverpool in transition. Wall layup blocked by Manning. What a block from Juan Manning. And Jonathan Lashley picks up the loose ball. Jonathan Johnson all the way, lays it up and in. John Johnson. Great play, great period of play there from Westminster.
Westminster getting back in their defensive set properly.
Jack Hudson now dancing, pulls up a 2, no, and that's good. Juan Manning for Westminster. Spins, kicks it out to Johnson. Juan Manning for 3, no good. Rebound, David Oomph, and a whistle on the play.
Very rigid man-to-man from Westminster. And they currently have 5 bench points and just 2 fast break points. In contrast, Liverpool, 12 bench points, 12 fast break points.
Manning looking for options, finds it in Damptey, who kicks it out. Adam Mitas into the game. Long 2, no good. Batted out by Oomph and picked up by Hudson. Here is Oomph going strong to the D, and he was going for the dunk and he was fouled. There was only one thing on David Oomp's mind as soon as he picked up that ball just on the perimeter. He was always going to go strong to the hoop. He was looking to flush. And the foul is on John Johnson, that's his second.
That'd have been highlight reel stuff right there. Brave basketball. You speak to players about how they elevate and you ask, do you feel vulnerable? And it's like, yes, you do. But you've got to trust yourself and those around you to keep everybody safe.
And Liverpool now lead 59-45 with 6:4 remaining. Lashley on the ball. John Johnson picks it back up. Fadeaway jumper is good. Trademark John Johnson move. And now Johnson moves on to 13 points. Wall all the way for 2 is good.
The last 4 or 5 games, this has been Liverpool's MO. Get a lead early and then just control the game, manage the game from there. They've coughed up a period or two here, but really it's get a lead, hold a lead.
John Johnson with another 2. He's now got back-to-back scores for the Warriors. He's now on 15 points. Justin Hitchman, the high man, with 16 points. Good defense there from Lashley. Ulf picks it up though. Hudson thought about the 3, instead goes inside. Ulf inside, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Warriors though, they're used to coming back. A number of times this season they've been in losing positions throughout games and had strong 4th quarters, strong 3rd quarters, and made it count. So no time to panic right now. But Westminster very quickly and very quietly got himself in foul trouble again.
Kennedy Agunwe is back into the game, and Uche Umukwe takes a seat as David Ulf makes the first free throw. And David Ulf has had an absolutely stellar season for Liverpool in the... he's averaged a double-double of 18 points, 11 rebounds, had a colossal 24 points, 19 rebounds in the semi-final win over Myerscough College in the semi-final. And so far he has 12 points in this one. Adamitis with the floater, no good. Ulf picks up the loose ball, and now Liverpool going in transition again. Rangeley for 3, no good. And Lashley comes up with it. Johnson, nice pass to Adamitis, but his hook is long. And Juan Manning strips it. Manning all the way. Offensive foul has been called. Great recovery from Jack Hudson. And that's Juan Manning's first foul. Good steal initially, and Jack Hudson recovering to get the offensive foul, puts his body on the line for his teammates.
That was phenomenal how he read the play to dive out in transition, get that ball in hand, but yeah, tried to jump through the player, and if his feet are set, you're always giving up the possession.
Jack Hudson takes a breather, well-deserved breather. He's put in a great shift so far, and Reece Haggith comes back into the game, number 7 for Liverpool.
That's foul number 18. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Wall on the ball for Liverpool. Rangeley thought about the 3, instead drives in. Here is Ulf. Ulf goes inside, nice pass, and the dunk is missed by Agunwe.
Too strong on that dunk, I think.
Don't think he had his body in the right frame there as John Johnson goes strong to the hoop, and he's fouled. I think as Agunwe was going up for that dunk, he thought he was a bit closer than what he actually was, and when he realised mid-air that he wasn't, he kind of was caught in 2 minds as to whether to actually flush it or lay it in, and he missed.
Yeah. Got to make your mind up early when you go up high.
Well, John Johnson makes the first free throw. John Johnson usually automatic from the foul line. And he makes them both. And it's a 13-point lead for Liverpool as David Ulf comes out of the game and time regent Bascombe comes in.
he's impressed me so far. Regent Bascoon. Not showing up much on the stat sheet, but I think he's been a really solid contributor for this Liverpool team.
Wool with the ball, 8 on the shot clock. Reece Haggith was open for 3 and puts it up. No good. Rebound by Rundle.
That is what Westminster have needed to be doing for the past 20 minutes. Just slow down the defensive work. Know where your man is, keep him in front of you, but compact in the middle and then send men out. Good stuff.
Jonathan Lashley just having a few words with the officials giving him a warning. Next time will be a technical.
I don't know if we've seen the technical all day today.
Wool puts on the jet, kicks it out. Rangeley from the corner, no good. Good rebound though, but Florian Dempsey picks up the loose ball. Here is Johnson, poor pass, but Lashley just about collects it. And Johnson will reset with 10 on the shot clock. Juan Manning. Manning kicks it out. Here is Guy Rundle. Manning from deep for 3.
You thought the chance is gone. You thought one pass too many. No, just right. Good stuff by Rundle.
Rangeley backs up Guy Rundle. Rangeley now looking to put the moves on him. Kicks it out. Bascoon for deep. No. Jonathan Lashley with a big rebound. Now John Johnson was all on his own when he had the ball, but instead slowed it down. Here is Juan Manning, and he loses the handle, picks it back up. Manning runs into trouble. A scoop shot is good.
That's good play. Westminster are so quiet on the floor though.
Manning now moves on to 7. Haggith. Rangeley kicks it out. Wool looks to put the move on Rundle. Good defense from Westminster here. 6 on the shot clock. Rangeley drives inside. Nice pass, but finds no one but Guy Rundle. It was initially used for Wool. Lashley, hook shot is good.
Oh, that is good.
Lashley wanted a foul, and a timeout has been called, and all of a sudden, Westminster slowly but surely getting back into this. The gap is now 5 points. Liverpool, who've enjoyed a double-digit lead for the majority of the second and the third quarter, now find themselves almost seeing Westminster in the mirror here as they're knocking on the door looking to come back into this. 63-58.
Westminster are doing exactly what they should have been doing all along. Slowing it down on defence, sensible, no fouls. Did you see how well Rundle defended Rangeley in particular? Other players maybe in the game would have seen a foul there, but he really controlled his body. Guy Rundle, captain's performance right there, not to cough up the foul. And in transition, we're seeing the guy Manning, we spoke about at half-time, we're seeing him start to get into his flow now, and he's going to be big in this final 11 minutes.
1:21 remaining, 63-58. Liverpool have the lead. They have enjoyed a 14-point lead at one stage, but now Westminster coming back into this with 1:21 remaining. Liverpool, of course, undefeated in the league this season. And Westminster looking to inflict a defeat in the league. A foul has been called. And Adam Lovelock comes back into the game, and Guy Rundle takes a seat currently at the line. Uche Amukwe.
Lovelock scored 17 when these guys met back in December. Strong performance on that occasion from Adam Lovelock.
Adam Lovelock has said played very well in spurts in the Patrons Cup final back in February. Westminster beat Ipswich. And he currently has 2 points off the bench. Here is Johnson. Johnson driving inside, kicks it out. Lashley on the perimeter. Lashley travels with it. And Jonathan Lashley picking the ball up in the perimeter. Really, he should be inside.
He should. That's where he's at his best, offensively and defensively.
Here is Amukwe, and a foul has been called. No, a travel has been called.
I was convinced that was a foul call on Johnson then.
Back-to-back travels from both sides. As the turnovers start to get racked up, you can sense a bit of fatigue setting in as we enter the final 30 seconds of this third quarter. Here is Juan Manning for the Warriors. Manning puts up a three, bang, nails it.
Did Westminster just run the triangle? I think they did.
Hudson. Liverpool will get the final possession of this third quarter. Hudson off the glass, no good, and that will do it at the end of the third quarter. And where the Westminster Warriors were struggling for vast periods of the second and the early stages of the third quarter, they have bounced back, and now it's a 3-point game heading into the final period. Liverpool lead 64-61, and we will be right back. And we are back for the final quarter of the Division 2 men's playoff final between Liverpool and the Westminster Warriors. Liverpool lead 64-61 here at the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Bellevue, Manchester. As we bring to an end what has been a really enthralling day of basketball, National Basketball League action here in Manchester. And the Division 2 season is 10 minutes away from its climax. Who will come out on top? It is all to play for. Liverpool with a slender 64-61 lead. And we are underway here in the final period. Lashley backs up Oomph, who's back into the game. Lashley with a turnaround jumper is good. That's what Jonathan Lashley can do when he's inside. Jack Hudson. Inside, turnaround jumper, no good, tipped out, and Jonathan Lashley picks it up. Here is Lovelock. Lashley on the perimeter, inside, nice pass,
wonderful play.
And Johnson scores, and Westminster have reclaimed the lead. With 9:05 left in this fourth quarter, Westminster now lead 65-64. They've erased the 14-point lead Liverpool enjoyed in the second quarter.
Absolutely fantastic comeback from Westminster. They'll probably tell me to not call it a comeback, but that's what I'm calling it. And again, yeah, it's just really good fundamental stuff right now. And Liverpool haven't been to readjust to Westminster's adjustment. But again, on the last couple of possessions, we saw some great movement from Liverpool. And if they keep that up and maintain that, it is going to create cracks in this Westminster defence.
Hudson. Inside to Oomph. Pass it, but to no one but Lovelock. Lovelock now in transition. Johnson on the ball. And shows too much of it to Jonathan Lashley. It goes out of bounds. And a wasted possession there for Westminster and a chance to extend their lead.
Asked a lot of him there. Question is, why wasn't he a bit deeper in the paint? Where, again, we think he should be a little bit more. Ranji back in the game. Be interested to see who picks him up on defence.
It looks like Florian Dempsey is picking up Mark Rangeley at the moment.
So I think that's the right call.
Hudson putting the moves on Manning, kicks it out. Ogunwa has had the ball knocked away from him, and it's a Westminster ball.
That was really strong from the Londoners. Hudson, he's having a good game. He's having a good, efficient game, but he has quietened of late.
Juan Manning, here is Johnson. Johnson on 19 points at this moment as Westminster have a slender 1-point lead with 8:12 remaining in the Division 2 playoff final as we bring day one of the National Basketball League playoff finals weekend to a close. Johnson inside, scores.
In all of that fight back, 0 points coming off the Westminster bench.
And Hudson's pass goes wayward, but it stays a Liverpool ball. And some good defensive stops here on the inbound pass as Liverpool will get the ball back, but only 7 on the shot clock. Oh, Rangeley, no good with his three-point attempt. Rebound Manning.
Hand in his face. It was a good rush out from the defence.
Manning losing his speed, but was too fast. And it will stay a Westminster ball, and some of the Liverpool fans not happy with that.
Fans, players alike, they've got to accept it and just get on with the game. Get behind your team. They need you right now, Liverpool fans.
Juan Manning for 3 is no good. Mark Rangeley gets the rebound. Westminster up by 3. Liverpool really need an answer here as we wind down. Nice pass inside. Jack Hudson finds room. Instead, Wall kicks out. Poor pass, and Lashley got the loose ball. Poor offense, really, from Liverpool. Jack Hudson running out of room. Maybe he should have gone up a bit quicker.
He got himself too deep. And it's really difficult to score from around there, unless you're about 7 feet tall. And even then, I understand it's quite challenging.
Mark Rangeley looks to be going to the foul line. It's John Johnson's 3rd foul.
Was it a technical?
John Johnson's on 3 fouls, that we do know. Must have been a technical.
Yeah, it must have been a technical.
Very quietly done, not even the game night commentator noticed that. Jack Hudson to inbound it. Oomph. Here is Rangeley, step back 3, drains it.
Oh my.
And we are tied at 67 with 6:45 remaining in the fourth. And a whistle on the play. And it will be on the floor. It is on Liverpool. It will stay a Westminster ball. Foul is on Amukwe. That's his 4th foul. And Amukwe is going to come out.
It's a sensible thing.
And Gunai is coming back in. 2-pointer is no good. Lashley gets the loose ball. Johnson picks it up. And Lovelock slows it down. Juan Manning. Manning putting the moves on Rangeley. And a poor pass from Dempsey looking for Lovelock, but finds no one but Gunai. Here is Rangeley. Rangeley drives inside, kicks it out. Wall for 3, no good. And brilliantly kept in by Alt, but it finds no one but Dempsey. Here is Manning. Westminster can break. Manning kicks it out. Dempsey for 3, no good. And Jack Hudson now will pick it up. Here's Wall, back to Alt. And the ball right up in the air. It's going to go out of bounds and it will stay a Liverpool possession with 15 on the shot clock.
This is about 3 times in a row where Manning has been wide open for 3. He's a 43% three-point shooter. Have a look.
Hudson way off with his jumper. Dempsey goes strong to the hoop, blocked by Gunai. Liverpool now could break. Here is Wall, kicks it out. Rangeley for 3, knocks it down. Mark Rangeley from downtown. And the game blown open again. Liverpool now have the lead, 70-67.
Surprised Westminster haven't used the timeout there.
Juan Manning on the ball. Looks for Lashley inside. Lashley gets it. Lashley, good defense from Alt there. Stripping it away from Lashley, and Liverpool can break again. Alt spins inside, goes off the glass, is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. That could be on John Johnson, and if it is,
that's his 4th.
That's his 4th foul.
Johnson's staying in the game. I don't know if he knows he's got 4. That'll be a concern for me. Certainly, the way he plays the game, how important he is to this club and this team. Most efficient player on the floor right now, and I'd have thought just take him off, settle him down, and also give him a quick rest to go again.
Well, John Johnson, the player coach of the Westminster Warriors, usually plays around 30 to 35 minutes a game. He has often in some cases has played the full 40 minutes in games before, so it's not really a surprise that he's still on the floor on 4 fouls. Johnson now driving to the hoop, blocked by Hudson. Liverpool getting the stops. Wall inside, puts it in. Brilliant floating layup from Wall. He now moves on to 8 points. Guy Rundle from deep, and he knocks it down.
I'll tell you what I like about that play. Rundle followed his shot immediately. It left his hands. It was a good look, but he still went in to get that rebound just in case.
And that silences the Liverpool fans momentarily. 4:03 remaining. Liverpool lead 73-70 in a closely fought encounter for the Division 2 title. Hudson short with his three. Orff battles the rebound, picked up by Lashley. Lashley all the way. And a foul has been called. It looks to be on Mark Rangeley.
That's the right time, that's the right thing to do on that occasion for Lashley. Try and go direct. If you can get fouled, all the better. Only his second foul, Rangeley.
Mark Rangeley, 23 points for the number 25. Of course, used to play for the Lancashire Spinners in the NBL.
You missed the spot. There we go, you got it.
Jack Hudson, he's struggling to find form in this final quarter. He's still obviously so crucial to this team, the captain. 12 points in the game, plus minus of 14. Like, he's so important, and when he's on the floor, things are going well for Liverpool. But his shot isn't quite hitting as it has been earlier in this game.
Fantastic noise generated from the Liverpool fans. But there are some Westminster fans in attendance here as well, and they're making as much noise as they can as Jonathan Lashley makes the first free throw. But he misses the second. Still one possession game. Liverpool have the lead, 73-71. Good defense from Rundle. On Wall, there's a double team if in case he traps. Wall kicks it out. Here is Orff. Orff going to the hoop instead. Wall gets it, and Wall puts it in.
That's unfortunate. Rundle, clean as a whistle on that strip, but the help didn't come for him. Left him exposed.
Great defense from Guy Rundle, but even better offense from Liverpool.
Absolutely.
Hitchman, who's gone quiet in this second half. Guy Rundle for three. Finds nothing but the top of the backboard. Jack Hudson comes up with the rebound. Here is Wall. Looking for Orff and finds him. Orff kicks it out. Rangeley thought about the three. Good defense there from Johnson. Rangeley got to think about putting up the three, but the turnover there as the shot clock was winding down. Juan Manning inside. Rundle is fouled by Hudson. Guy Rundle knew instantly what Jack Hudson was doing there. And Rundle will go to the line for two shots. And Coach Delm Herriman has called a timeout, and I think it's about time that we took a timeout as well. We'll be back in just a moment. .241 remaining in the fourth quarter between Liverpool and the Westminster Warriors. Liverpool lead 75-71. Can Liverpool add the playoff title to their league crown, or can the Westminster Warriors claim their own double of the Patrons Cup and, of course, the playoff title?
The story of Liverpool over the last couple of years is tremendous. 13-14 season, they were in Div 4, now they're in Div 2, about to go to Div 1. 3 playoff championships, and last year they almost got relegated. What a story for Liverpool.
Of course, Liverpool played here in the Division 2 playoff final against the Solent Kestrels back in the 2015-16 season. What a game that was, and of course Solent have gone on from strength to strength. On the follow, Jonathan Lashley puts in the loose ball. And yes, Solent have gone from strength to strength. They're now Division 1 champions. Liverpool will now join them in Division 1 next year, as Kafel Rule will go to the line for two shots. 1 point game with 2:26 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Foul on Hitchman, he is struggling in his second half. And I think it might be a bit of the Lashley problem. He's getting pulled away from the paint, where he, does some of his best work. Westminster yet to use a timeout this quarter.
Wool makes the first free throw, and he's going to go to the line for another one. And he splits the free throws. Ulf tries to get the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Will be a Westminster ball.
That was a great battle just on the block there between Lashley and Ulf. Ultimately, Westminster come away with the ball, but it could have been so different.
Justin Hitchman stripped by Wall, and Rangeley comes up with it. Here is Rangeley. Hudson. Nice pass inside to Ulf, and Ulf's layup is good. David Ulf using his strength inside and using his body as well to create some space.
I mean, he created all of that with that great work on the defense. I think he got a hand on the Wilson and then took it the other way.
Manning double team as Guy Rundle thought about the three, instead kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson putting the moves on Ulf. Johnson with the turnaround jumper is long. 1:23 remaining. Liverpool lead 78-74 in what has been an enthralling Division 2 playoff final. These two teams in Division 1 next season. Rangeley. Ulf has travelled.
That's a big let-off for Westminster. They've got timeouts. Down by 4 with a minute to go. Talk it over.
Westminster have 1:09 left to salvage something. They are behind by 4 here. Every possession counts. Hitchman, who started so well, he has 16 points, goes inside. No good. Ulf with the rebound. David Ulf now with 7 rebounds to go with 15 points. Hudson, floater is blocked, partially blocked from Juan Manning, and it will be a Westminster ball.
They've got timeouts to give, they've got fouls to give.
42.6 remaining.
I said earlier, show me something different. They're not showing us anything different right now.
Manning. John Johnson for 3, no good. Rebound Hitchman inside. Lashley couldn't get it. And it's a Liverpool ball. And with 30.4 seconds remaining, do you feel that this game is slipping away from Westminster?
That's an understatement of the century. I do not understand what I'm seeing.
Mark Rangeley.
You've got the foul, use it.
Ulf. And now with 16 seconds left, Hudson puts it in off the glass, and that's game, set and match, no doubt about it now. Westminster with fouls to give, and they didn't go for the foul.
Jonathan Lashley's just kicked over the ad hoarding, and absolutely correct. What was that from Westminster? The last minute, 2 minutes, zero basketball IQ on show.
Timeout has been called, 9.5 seconds remaining. Liverpool lead 80-74. We'll be right back. .5 seconds remaining here in the Division 2 men's playoff final. Liverpool lead 80-74. They look on course to be adding the playoff title to their league crown.
Great performance from Liverpool, absolute model performance. They've had their dips, they've struggled, but they've fought back time and time again. They've managed the game exceptionally well. Really, really can see why they went unbeaten throughout their league season. Fantastic play.
Hitchman now throws up a three, no good. And Liverpool will run possession down, 3 seconds left. Foul call, Mark Rangeley. But Liverpool are still not, Westminster still not in the penalty.
No. I mean, it's impressive. And credit to Westminster for keeping themselves out of the penalty, putting themselves in the situation where late in the game they can make things happen. It's been a fantastic game. Brilliant game of basketball by two great teams.
0.6 of a second remaining, and it's academic now. The lead is up to, is at 6, and Westminster no chance of getting a 6-point swing in 0.6 of a second. And now they are in the penalty. John Johnson fouls out, and really it's as Jack Hudson makes the first. It's really academic anyway. It doesn't matter if he makes or miss this anyway. But congratulations to Liverpool. They have won the Division 2 men's playoff title. Westminster will dribble out the final 0.1 of a second. Liverpool have beaten Westminster Warriors here, 82-74. A great performance from both teams in really what has been one of the more competitive games of the day, but still full of excitement like the other three before us. Mark Rangeley with 23 points to lead all scorers. Justin Hitchman and Jonathan Lashley with 16 points to lead Westminster Warriors. Just a final word from you, Darren.
What a show we have just had. That is some of the greatest basketball I've seen in a long time. Wonderful performances on both sides of the floor from both teams. I'm really excited to see these guys in D1 next year.
Congratulations to Liverpool. I've been John Hobbs. Darren Paul has been alongside me. We will catch you tomorrow lunchtime.